Oh, it's you, cutie. To what do I owe the honor of your visit? Are you here to peruse the library? Or perhaps you're here to visit a certain someone? As considerate as ever, I see. Alas, what rotten luck. You just so happen to have caught me in the middle of some important work. I'll have to treat you to afternoon tea some other time.
Wait, you're actually busy? With work? That's not a sight you see every day.
You're right. The last time I was this consumed with research must have been way back at the academia. I haven't done this much thinking for a long time. It's rather exhausting. If you're that interested, why don't you join in on the fun? What do you say? Want to help me relive my days as a scholar?
It's not polite to pawn off your work on other people, you know.
Is that a no, then? It will be quite the rare opportunity to work together, and you would, of course, be generously rewarded. But if you don't want to... As you probably know, the Knights of Favonius have long conducted research on alchemy. But most of that research has been carried out in a laboratory setting. The public's knowledge of alchemy is quite minimal. Which means that up to this point, most of our research and discoveries have remained quite distant from people's daily lives. We've put a lot of mora into the research, but have very little to show for our efforts. Noting this disconnect, Jean decided to start an initiative where we'd share the fruits of our labor with the people. For now, that means introducing them to several different kinds of alchemical potions. As it happens, I already have some experience with this work. Even though I usually work at the library, I have lent my support in the past to the management of the Knight's potion supply. Potioneering was also one of my academic specializations back in the day, so Jean thought I was the best person for the job. But to create potions practical enough to support the daily needs of the people, a lot of adjustments had to be made to the ingredients we use, and the overall alchemical process also needed to be simplified. All in all, what started as a relatively simple research project soon evolved into something exceedingly complicated.
So, are you asking us to help you with your research? 'Cause, you're not exactly talking to two alchemy experts over here.
No worries. I've already thought of the perfect job for you two. Alchemical practices are becoming more and more advanced, but there's still a disconnect between our research and the general public. What we really need is to collect feedback from the people. Otherwise, we won't truly know if we're satisfying their needs. But if we want to conduct research and collect feedback at the same time, we need to go about things in a more efficient way. So, I thought the best way to do that would be to open up a potion shop. That way, we could continue to handle the alchemy side of things while also being able to interface with the public and understand their needs.
Oh, it's like killing two pigeons with one stone! Smart idea, Lisa!
Well, of course. And who better to take on this job than one of the most accomplished among our ranks, the Traveler? When I was at the academia, students would often help out with each other's research projects. I'm sure my cuties wouldn't want to miss out on the opportunity to experience that sort of youthful enthusiasm for themselves.
Yeah, you make it sound nice and all, but Paimon still thinks you're just looking for a way to pawn off your work.
I knew I could count on you. When all our work is done, I will personally see to it that you're generously rewarded. All of the initial preparations have been made, so let's head to the shop. We'll finish our discussion after we get there. This is the shop.
Wow, looks like you've made a lot of preparations already. Did you do this all by yourself?
It was a group effort. A whole bunch of knights helped out. Jean secured the initial funds to open the shop. Albedo and Sucrose provided the ingredients and equipment needed to brew the potions. And the logistics company is handling the provision of all future supplies. Now with your help, it's like an additional weight has been lifted off my shoulders. The knights have been busy spreading the word about our shop over the past few days. So, we should be ready to open once we've finished our final preparations. Okay, let's not keep everyone waiting then. Why don't you take these ingredients and try your hand at brewing a potion? Ooh, looks like you finished your potion. Now, all we need to do is put it on display for sale.
Looks like we're done with all the prep work. Why don't we take a short break over there while we wait for customers to arrive?
Oh, seems like everything is going well. You've already sold your first batch of potions. Not a bad start at all. As for what potions you should brew next, we'll need to consult the news from the market. That means staying up to date on the latest news and trends to try and anticipate people's needs. It's an essential skill when it comes to business.
That sounds kinda hard.
Don't worry. I already took it upon myself to compile all the latest news on the market for you. What do you think? Have any ideas on the kinds of potions you should sell next? Go ahead and try to cultivate some herbs then. Bioalchemical processing can infuse herbs with different effects and properties. Using different herbs in the brewing process will, in turn, alter the effects of the potion. There's a whole bunch of combinations to try. All right, cutie, why don't you get started? Looks like you've gotten the hang of the cultivation side of things. Ah, I should probably mention, a knight from the logistics company has arrived. She'll be the one handling the provision of all future supplies. You should go have a chat with her in a little bit. And after that, it'll be your time to shine.
Yeah, shouldn't it be our time to shine? You know, the three of us? What about your role in all this?
My role? Naturally, it was to ensure my cuties had all the business and alchemy knowledge they needed to succeed. Okay, I'll be rooting for you. Good luck.
Paimon knew this would happen.
Greetings, Honorary Knight. Greetings, Paimon. My name is Freda. I'm a knight from the logistics company. It's such an honor to meet the famous traveler and her loyal attendant.
Wow, Paimon's fame is really spreading across the land! One small correction though. Paimon's her companion, not her attendant.
My apologies. I guess I got a bit carried away after hearing all about your exploits. It's just like something out of a novel. You're practically legends at this point. I'm a bit jealous, actually. I'd love to wander the land in search of adventure like one of those knights you read about in stories. Seems like a really fun life. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping at least. Anyway, we've got some prep work to wrap up, right? My orders from the acting grandmaster are to support your business in any way that I can. If there's anything you need, just let me know. You're in luck. I just got a new batch of provisions. Please, take a look and see if anything catches your eye.
We just keep getting swarmed with more and more customers. It's been non-stop work for so long, Paimon's starting to feel a little bit lightheaded. We've got a lot of orders. Paimon's not sure we can fill them all on our own. Maybe we should hire some help.
Taking a break, cuties? I was just looking at the sales data, and it seems like you two have quite the talent for business. The potions seem to be flying off the shelves.
Oh, Lisa! Perfect timing. We were just talking about how we could use some help around the shop.
Oh, are the orders piling up already? Having trouble keeping up?
Yep, we're officially swamped. Paimon never thought we'd get this many customers.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised by the success. I was actually anticipating this kind of response. While you two were busy with the shop, I was talking with Freda about some possible ways to make the business more efficient. After observing your work, I made note of several improvements we can make to the brewing, cultivation, and sales aspects of the business.
Wait, so you've been doing things behind the scenes this whole time? Paimon kinda thought you were just slacking off.
Hey now, I'm actually pretty reliable when it counts.
So how are we supposed to put those improvements in action?
Well, I discussed things over with Freda, and the two of us came up with a plan. I'll let her give you the details, though. Why don't you go and find her?
Traveler! Paimon, hello! Is there something I can help you with?
Well, we've been a bit swamped lately, so Lisa recommended we find some ways to increase our efficiency.
Yes, I've discussed that with her as well. Currently, there are 3 areas you can improve: brewing, cultivation, and sales. Increasing your efficiency in these areas will make it much easier to run your business.
Wow, that sounds just like what we need! Let's give it a try, Traveler!
Looks like all the preparations needed for this upgrade have been made. Please, try it out.
Greetings, Traveler Paimon and Lisa. Sucrose! It's been a while since the last time we saw you! On the way here, I overheard quite a few people talking about alchemical potions. At first, I was worried something might have gone wrong with the herbs, but judging by the way people were talking, it seems like they were pretty pleased with the results.
Sucrose, your bioalchemical expertise was exactly what we needed for potion making.
Yeah, we've been able to make potions with all sorts of different effects! You mastered potion making in such a short amount of time? I guess that's expected for someone of your talent, Traveler.
I wouldn't be surprised if she became a potion master one day.
Still, if you managed to master potion making in such a short amount of time, we should be able to start teaching the public about it as well.
Wait, was that also a part of Jean's plan?
Yep. It's something she and Mr. Albedo talked about. As I understand it, the goal was not just to create and sell potions, but also to teach the principles and practices of alchemy to the people. Thanks to your shop, the public's understanding of alchemical potions has increased quite a bit. Perhaps, one day, they'll even be able to make simple potions themselves.
Without the proper training, though, those potions could be dangerous to use.
You're right. With Lisa there to mentor you, Traveler, we could rest assured that nothing would go wrong during the potion-making process. However, when it comes to the general public, we have to think of a way to ensure that any resulting potions would be safe to use. So, Mr. Albedo is planning to establish a set of criteria to evaluate various levels of potion-making ability. People will have to pass the exam that corresponds to their level of proficiency before being allowed to brew their own potions.
Let me guess. You would like us to also take part in this exam?
Yes. Although it would probably be more accurate to say that we would like you to help us finalize the contents of the exam. In order to ensure a proper level of difficulty, we need to first collect the relevant data. That's where our mock exam comes in. If you could take it, Traveler, your results would serve as a very important reference for us. You will, of course, be compensated for your efforts.
What a great idea. I must admit, I'm very interested to see how much my cutie's alchemy skills have improved.
Wonderful. Then, let me explain a little bit about how the exam works. The exam has 4 levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. To pass, all you need to do is brew a potion within the time limit that satisfies the main objective. Satisfying additional objectives will earn you extra rewards.
Okay, all of this is starting to sound pretty official. Paimon's nervous all of a sudden.
Just do what you normally do and you should be fine. If you don't pass the first time around, you can always retake the exam. So, no need to put too much pressure on yourselves.
Oh, retakes are allowed! Whew, that's a relief.
Yep. Just let me know when you're ready. Your movements are quite practiced, and your potion meets the requirements as well. Congratulations on passing the beginner exam.
That was a piece of cake!
Even so, it was no match for your skills. Alright, I believe I've collected all the necessary feedback. Looks like we'll have to make some adjustments to the level of difficulty for the actual exam. I'm gonna head back to the lab now. See you later, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, a merchant is here. Paimon's not sure they're from Mondstadt, though. Let's go check it out!
Hello there. The name's Atafe. I am a traveling merchant from Sumeru. Great to meet you.
Whoa, you've made quite the journey! Guess news of our humble shop has already spread to all four corners of Teyvat! Paimon's practically a sales whiz! She could sell water to a fish!
I have to agree. This venture of yours is becoming quite well known. In fact, many well-informed merchants have heard word of your potion-selling endeavor. But most people are still not willing to take a risk on such a rare commodity. If you ask me, though, when the opportunity knocks, you've got to be ready to answer. That's how you make the big Mora. Although the general public still doesn't know much about alchemical potions right now, with a little effort and marketing on your side, you can carve out a nice space in the market for yourself. Once that happens, the Mora will just keep on flowing. Once you've generated enough demand, you could even increase your prices tenfold. With that kind of profit, you could even take the rest of the year off if you wanted.
Tenfold? Are you serious?
As long as the demand is there, people will pay anything. You could say it's a sort of mutual agreement between consumer and supplier.
With the way you talk, Paimon can't help but be reminded of a certain other Mora-obsessed merchant. Wait, you did say you were from Sumeru. Maybe you know her. Ever met Dory?
Wait, you mean Lord Sangama Bay? One of the most famous merchants in all of Sumeru? That Dory? You know her? Wow! Lord Sangama Bay is one of my biggest idols! Her business sense and dedication to making Mora has always been one of my greatest inspirations. I was even lucky enough to visit the Palace of Alcazarzaray once. It truly is a magnificent sight. One day, I hope to be just like her. Up to my ears in more Mora than I can count!
Looks like we lost her. Should Paimon snap her out of it? Or...
Thank you. That means a lot. Back to where we were then. I believe I was telling you how we can make some big Mora together. The idea is actually pretty simple. You produce the potions, provide me with a regular supply, and I'll help you sell them across to Vat. If that sounds good to you, then we should talk more in depth about what kinds of potions to sell this time around. According to my keen market sense, these are the kinds of potions that are currently in demand.
Hi, you two. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, you're back! Wait, that must mean there's a new exam!
Yep. It's time for the advanced exam. This one will be harder than previous exams, but I'm sure you'll do just fine. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. I actually had Mr. Albedo take a look at your previous potions. He was a bit amazed that someone so new to potion making could already produce such an impressive result. He even told me that, for someone of your talent, we could stand to set harder questions.
Wow. The recognition feels nice and all, but Paimon feels even more pressure now. If we don't pass this time, it'll be super embarrassing.
Don't worry too much about that. Lots of things in life require a couple tries before you get it right. When I first started working as Mr. Albedo's assistant, all sorts of unexpected things would go wrong during my experiments. For example, when I was studying the properties of mist flowers, I accidentally froze all the equipment in the lab. I basically turned them into ice sculptures. Our precision instruments were nearly ruined beyond repair. Another time, I had let a reagent boil for a little bit too long, and all the precious ingredients inside got charred to pieces. The smell was so bad, several nights passing by thought the lab had caught fire. Back then, I would get really hard on myself whenever things went wrong. But eventually I realized that, in order to make new discoveries, you have to accept the risk of failure. A fear of making mistakes will prevent you from truly going after what it is that you want.
You're absolutely right. Hey, you're actually really good at motivating people.
It's just my experience talking. I've spent a lot of time doing research in the lab after all. Anyway, as long as you try, you'll learn something valuable from the experience. Alright, whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and proceed with the advanced exam. You even breezed through the advanced exam. Ever thought about helping out around the lab?
Drop everything and pursue the path of an alchemy master? Huh. What do you say, Traveler?
If we work together, I'm sure we can make something super amazing.
By super amazing, do you mean you already have something in mind?
Well, in the past, my research was mainly focused on the study of plants. But this experience has shown me that potions can have all kinds of effects on people as well. So, I started thinking, what if potions could have an even greater effect on people? Like, what if they could be used to help people unlock their hidden potential? A memory-enhancing potion, for example, could help people memorize a whole library's worth of knowledge in a single breath. Alternatively, a strength-enhancing potion could make it so that Paimon could take down an Abyss Mage all on her own.
Whoa. Paimon didn't know you could make potions like that! Sounds awesome!
Well, it's certainly theoretically possible. Alchemy is, in itself, a way to explore the unknown. It's a discipline with endless potential. In fact, current research has barely scratched the surface of what's possible with alchemy. Theory, though, is always easier than practice. And with alchemy, there are simply too many things that you have to take into consideration. Just off the top of my head, there's the theory of sublimation, the potion's mechanism of action, and the innate metabolism of the person consuming the potion.
Paimon didn't quite catch all that.
My bad. We can talk about the details some other time. If you're interested, just stop by the lab.
Sweet! Watch out, world! With a cool potion from Sucrose, Paimon will be able to become the strongest guide in Tibet in no time!
Well, I'll be off then. Only one more exam to go. I imagine you and I will both have some final preparations to make.
You're here! Oh, is it time for the expert exam already? Our alchemy skills are improving so fast, Paimon can barely keep up!
Your progress has been very impressive. In fact, according to the way Mr. Albedo designed the exams, passing the expert level would mean you're now qualified to mentor other people.
We could start to teach other people? Then Paimon's totally going to start a class. Let's see. How much should Paimon charge per student? Well, all Paimon knows right now is that, for homework, her students are gonna have to use alchemy to make all sorts of tasty treats! Paimon will be sure to give them lots of feedback. On their alchemy skills, of course.
I'm sure this one will go just as well as the others. I'm ready to begin whenever you are. I'll be rooting for you. give your potion a try. Yep, the effect looks good. The quality of your potion is quite high as well. Your talent in this discipline is truly remarkable.
So, we passed? Can we teach alchemy now?
What an amazing achievement, cuties! Congratulations! Now is not the time to be humble. You mastered potion making in such a short amount of time. That's an impressive achievement, no matter how you look at it.
Exactly. I was also really surprised at how quickly you picked it up. I thought it would have taken way more time. Anyway, thank you so much for your help. Your participation has allowed me to collect some very valuable data. With everything we've learned, we should be able to offer the official exam soon. This is sure to be a critical moment in the development of the alchemical potions industry.
Paimon feels like she just took part in something super important.
Of course. You two are practically pioneers. What you've been able to contribute to the field of alchemy is as impressive as a biologist discovering a new species. Anyway, I should probably head back and go over the data I've collected. Traveler, Paimon, thanks again for your participation. If you have some free time, please stop by the lab.
Wow, I have to hand it to you, cuties. I never imagined that you'd be able to bring in so much mora in such a short amount of time. You're practically geniuses when it comes to business. Always so humble. Although, with results this impressive, I would say you could stand to take a bit more credit. If I had your help all the time, I bet I could take double the amount of vacation without a care in the world. With all of your hard work up to this point, we've already collected enough sales data for our research. Thank you so much for all your help. Of course, if you're interested in continuing to run the shop, you'd make me a very happy Lisa. In either case, I should already have more than enough to report back to Jean with.
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Jean!
Oh, you're here. I wrapped up some business with my cuties and was just about to go report back to you at headquarters.
No need. I already talked to some other knights, so I think I have a fairly good understanding of the situation. Looks like you've troubled the Traveler to help you once again.
How could I not? When it comes to work as important as this, a smart and capable partner is simply a must-have, especially if we want good results. Look at the success of the shop. I could have never produced that kind of result on my own.
Well, I do have to admit, your success is remarkable. I've been meaning to come see you for some time now, but work kept getting in the way and I simply couldn't find the time. Regardless, I just knew I had to come thank you in person. It's truly reassuring to have such outstanding members among our ranks.
Once this is all over, I do believe I'm due for a vacation. I've lost quite a few strands of hair to all the stress.
Of course. Thank you for all your hard work. Seeing you cooped up in that library all the time, I was worried you might be bored. So I thought I'd give you an opportunity to truly make use of your talents. Perhaps I put too much on your plate at once.
It wasn't that bad. After all, it's not like I was in it alone. All the help from the Knights and the Traveler really helped to lessen the load. Plus, it was fun to get back into research. It's nice to relive those days every once in a while.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you again for all your help, Traveler. Please take this as your compensation.
Ah, speaking of compensation, I've also prepared a little memento for you. Here, I hope you like it.
public reception towards alchemical potions has been much more favorable than expected. If things continue like this, the potions industry could end up becoming a new revenue stream for the entire region of Mondstadt.
We've got more than enough time to make big plans for the future. Right now, we should focus on the hard-earned success we've been able to achieve so far. How about we find a time to celebrate together?
Ooh, a celebration? As long as there's yummy food, Paimon's in!
Of course. Once I've made the preparations, you'll be the first to know. I'll even do you the honor of extending your invitation in person.
Oh, that does sound nice. You certainly deserve to relax after all your hard work.